Hello viewers, welcome to the very first episode of Drink Deep and Descend, the content of which is going to be a little different than my usual video, as I'm going to tackle the lore and history behind Lancer instead. If you feel that something feels kinda off about these videos, time is a lot more malleable than you think. The longer thing has passed, the more they might change without you ever knowing. After all, it's not like you can check the past to see if it's still what it used to be. Without further ado, let's bring us in. Far into the future, there is this union, home to countless people across hundreds of planets. It's pretty swell. People no longer have to worry about food or water or shelter, the thing most people spent all their time working for, as advancement of technology and abundance of resources have rendered capitalism pointless. Instead, people could work for what they really wanted: trading culture, art, science, faith, theory, goods, sport, and friendship between star systems, either via the OmniNet or Blinkgate travel. It's truly a place worth protecting, with a population worth safeguarding. But, for something to reach this height, it must fall first. And fell real hard, humanity sure did. Let's take a massive step back, about 10,000 years into the past. Far into the future, but not as far as before, Earth is dying. Exploitation of the environment and massive pollution for countless centuries is slowly, but surely, rendering the planet inhospitable. However, it wasn't entirely hopeless. As the Dark Age crept over the course of a millennium, humanity has built 10 massive colony ships called the 10. The Apollo, Rilla, Armstrong, Yggdrasil. These sublight vessels will spend thousands of years traveling through the cold dark space between systems, accelerating and then decelerating at halfway point. Though the effect of relativity means time on board these vessels will feel shorter, generations will born and die within it, sustaining the vessels until they reach their destined Gaia worlds. Except for Apollo reached their world in like a bloody century, which is a ridiculously short time compared to other vessels. They eventually named the place Caracas. Moving back to Earth, as the last of the 10, the Ayat, departed, the fall has begun. Billions of people fought over the last of resources. Disaster of both natural and man-made origins ravaged the globe, and eventually, things went really bright, and then really quiet. Space stations orbiting throughout the system, and the cities on Mars and Moon, without the support of their motherland, soon cascaded into failure. On board the 10, the captains of the ships, after the passing of all those who have seen Earth with their own eyes, agreed to cease all communications with their motherland to prevent any chance of them failing the mission. It seemed, back in the Sol system, humanity has gone silent. But even with such harsh conditions, humanity lived on. Billions might have been reduced to hundreds of thousands, and technology might have regressed all the way back to pre-industrial era, but humanity never died out. For the next few millennia, Earth was a dark cloudy orb, sunlight no longer piercing down to its lifeless, gray surface. But while time may seem to have stood still, Earth was recovering. When the sky turned back to blue, life exploded on Earth. Trees burst out of the ground, becoming vast span of forest. Animals roamed on previously dead land, forming complex ecosystem once more. And the origin of life, the ocean, were soon filled with life that has survived worse. And humanity, with the riches in the land, soon grew in number. Tribes become kingdoms, kingdoms become cities, cities become nations, and when nations clashed,
mankind is once again at war.
While it looks like history will repeat itself once again, something is about to change. The first of the three great traumas is about to occur. The Massif Vault is a vault built to store all knowledge and artifacts of a bygone age, the old humanity. The humans of the new era thought they were the first to walk on this land. Now they knew they were what's left of it. But to the power-hungry tyrants, what mattered more was the technologies within the vault, and soon humanity suffered the second of the three great traumas, the Little Wars. I presume the Little Wars was called this way, because to the Union that now spans hundreds of star systems, a war on a single planet seemed so small. But when Earth was all humanity had, the war didn't seem so little to them. 50 years, the war lasted, and at its conclusion, the survivors gathered up to pledge peace. To prevent humanity from killing the Earth again, tools of war and capital were cast aside. Borders and titles were left in history, as they should have been. No longer bound by nations or races, the new humanity have finally united together in trust, contrition, and solidarity. A new banner was raised, and humanity started the foundation of its greatest project. Union. The calendar reset, it is now Zero Union.